Forum 2023 has become a strategic forum to cut business and financial deals. It also plays a role in strengthening relations between participating nations. Rahmat Idris is in Davos, Switzerland, to speak with the Ambassador of Indonesia to Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Let's listen in.
Well, Indonesia and Switzerland have long enjoyed such harmonious and sustainable bilateral relations for over 70 years now, spanning across a variety of sectors ranging from politics, economy, social, culture, and even tourism. And here we are in the beautiful, chilly city of Davos in Switzerland in the occasions of World Economic Forum 2023. And I am extremely honored to be sitting down in conversation with the Ambassador of Indonesia to Switzerland and Liechtenstein, His Excellency Professor Mulyaman Haddad. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your time. We know exactly how busy you are, but making your time, we truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Switzerland.
Well, it is our pleasure indeed. Your Excellency, my first and foremost question to you. As I mentioned, we've enjoyed over 70 years of bilateral relations between the two nations. How would you describe the current state of our relations, Indonesia and Switzerland?
The relationship between Indonesia and Switzerland now is in very good shape. We work on every level, not only G to G, I mean not only government to government. Now we start opening up the potential between business to business. And even later we try to open up further relation between people to people. So these three different layers will create a lot of opportunity for both sides, for Swiss and for Indonesia. We are also very grateful that we signed already the agreement on our free trade agreement. We signed on the investment bilateral treaty. We signed a lot of MOUs between B2B. So we are very positive now that looking forward, particularly after a lot of opportunity created by the G20 meeting just very recently in Bali. So both sides very much excited to utilize all this opportunity, create a welfare or the positive impact from both sides.
The B20 of our G20 presidency in Bali sort of laid the groundwork to start the B2B relations, as you mentioned. And here we are in Davos World Economic Forum. What better platform to improve our B2B relations? What do we have in store? How will we push forward the agenda of B2B relations between the two countries?
Well, I would like to let you know that our trade relation between Indonesia and Switzerland is also very promising, because at the moment we export more to Switzerland rather than we import. So the surplus on our side, more than 1.5 billion US dollar of our surplus now. I mean, at the macro level situation is very conducive. It will create a lot of conducive opportunity for business to work together, particularly after this kind of meeting here in Davos. As you see, a lot of people ask about the opportunity in Indonesia. I think it's a good start for our business as well to optimize the opportunity for their own benefit.
Throughout the event, the deliberations here in Davos, Your Excellency, you've spoken to a lot of ministries and our ministers representing the government of the Republic of Indonesia. What sort of insights have you gained from all of these conversations that truly give us an illustrations of where to go forwards in terms of improving, the economic conditions, improving the relations between Indonesia and other countries with Switzerland?
We bring very important topics after the COVID, because a lot of issue after the COVID. We talk about our green policy, we talk about the energy transition, which is very much relevant to our situation at the moment. So our minister provide all these things very clear, very descriptive, so everyone understand what we mean by, our business. I mean, government have very clear view, very clear vision about what we have to do and what can people do together with us, particularly to respond this current situation when we looking at the situation at the moment. At the global level, we have a lot of pressure on the supply side, global value chain and things like that. I mean, it's very timely. The topic is also very timely. and our minister provide all the information very extensive.
I'd like to touch on another aspect that you mentioned at the beginning of our conversations, that we need to nurture also people-to-people relations. How would you describe the current ongoing relations between the people of Switzerland, the Swiss people with Indonesians?
Yes, before the crisis, before the COVID, more than 100,000 Swiss people went to Indonesia every year.
Wow.
Yeah, but the current number is not yet back to the normal situation. We expect that even further, we will reach this number to the new level, particularly after we sign agreement on free trade, agreement on other bilateral cooperation, opening up opportunities from both sides actually. Yeah. Not only Swiss people to Indonesia, but Indonesian people also visit Switzerland.
Right. And Switzerland, as we know, is quite a neutral country of its own, and outside of the European Union, with which we are currently, we have that tension with the export ban and everything, the nickel and the bauxite now following suit. So where to go forward from here? How do you see the relations, our relations with the European Union and also here with Switzerland will further push forward the agenda of downstreaming from our governments that will continue forward?
Well, actually, a lot of opportunity coming from the Switzerland, because Switzerland not only known by its the beauty of the scenery and things like but also its capability on the technology and other part of the production process. So it seems to me, even though Switzerland is far enough from Indonesia, and a small market actually, because that only 8 million people of Switzerland, but Switzerland can be seen as a hub for our product, and also for to penetrate further in Europe. Why it's possible? Because we already signed agreement with the Switzerland on the free trade agreement, and we also signed other bilateral relation agreement on the investment as well. So we can see Switzerland as the hub for our product penetrating to beyond Switzerland market.
And penetrate more areas of the European continent. I'd like to get your insights, Your Excellency, on our diaspora, Indonesian diaspora here in Switzerland. We've met a couple of them. They have shared with us exciting stories, working and living here in Switzerland. What sort of challenges do you see from our diasporas here? And have they been in close contact with our embassies? And how do you nurture relations with the Indonesian people living and working here in Switzerland?
They are now very positive about the future, because now even because we agreed everything already, on the trade side, on the B2B side, they see that, wow, this is an opportunity for us to do business or to do everything, That's why then, so in line with the improvement on our economic relation, creating a confidence for our diaspora to do something, to contribute, to fill in the gap, So it seems to me it's really very timely for everyone in our diaspora really to utilize this opportunity, because we already provide very conducive situation between G2G and starting now following B2B as well. And then again, opportunity is coming from our diaspora.
And right now, World Economic Forum is quite a momentum for that. So there's only great thing coming from here, which I'd like to get your insights on. Until the 20th of January this year, we'll conclude the World Economic Forum. What's beyond this, Your Excellency?
Well, there's very important questions, because when we see here, when we agree to meet further, but then the follow-up is very important. That's why from our side, from Indonesian side, we have to be prepared for providing complete information, prepare for taking follow-up action and everything. So this seems to me very important. This is just very beginning now. Yeah. We see each other, we agree to see and to meet further, and then after that we have to follow up. that's perhaps the responsibility of the business to follow up this. You know.
They meet here and they continue on right after. Correct me if I'm wrong, Your Excellency. Just last year in 2021, I believe there was a memorandum of understanding between Switzerland and Indonesia in the exchange of professionals. If you've heard about it, young professionals, so a very specific niche professionals. How did it go up to this point, this exchange, and how has it benefit our bilateral relations, that is?
The benefit is very clear. We can send our young professional to Switzerland and also young professional from Switzerland to Indonesia. The age between 18 to 35. They can work in Switzerland and then after that back to Indonesia with more knowledge and more experience. I think this is very important event that we have to celebrate, in particular for young generation of ours. So we are preparing at the moment the detail how we have to approach this, not only G2G but also B2B, because they should be based on business-to-business cooperation. I mean, employees of a certain company in Indonesia who has a headquarters in Switzerland can, let's say, providing capital, human capital, from Indonesia and vice versa, So this is very important opportunity. The Ministry of Manpower in Indonesia already prepared for this. I think we are looking forward as well to implement this.
Will this be for selected individuals, young professionals, or is it open for public here, Excellency?
It is open for public, and then, but then there will be a kind of stages and process, selection and things like that.
So for those of our viewers out there who are inspired by what you just said and would like to participate, what would you tell them to and how to prepare other than getting ready to get the temperature shock and the price shock here in Switzerland?
You have to be ready for everything, Okay.
Right. So we look forward for that to manifest in the time coming. Just to conclude our conversations, Your Excellency, how do you see moving forwards the relations between Indonesia and Switzerland, and what sort of mission do you carry forward to nurture this bilateral relation?
Well, we've been, we achieved already the agreement, everything, G2G, but then it is not the final objective. Yeah. The final objective is the implementation. So the next stage seems to me very much we have to focus on how we have to implement the agreement. So this is opportunity for almost all businesses between Indonesia and Switzerland. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, trading between Indonesia and Switzerland increasing gradually and also move, to different, even wider commodity. A lot of students from Indonesia study in Switzerland as well. A lot of Switzerland learn Bahasa Indonesia, and then we have classes in our embassy open for Swiss people to learn Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, and then when we ask what their motivation, the most motivation that they would like to do business with Indonesia, that's why they have to learn Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah. So this seems to me is already there, So we have to maintain this momentum. We have to maintain this momentum, and then after that we have even, guarding this momentum. Right. From business side, from the government side, also the people side, yeah.
Which is actually symbolizing a stronger relations.
You're right.
Than just officials.
Yes.
Oh, I guess from what you said, it's quite heartwarming. We can only believe that there's a great and bright future out there in terms of our relations, Indonesia and Switzerland. And we'll have to leave it there. I'd like to express my gratitude. His Excellency Mulyaman Haddad, the Ambassador of Indonesia to Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And that was our special dialogue here on TVI Our World. I'm Rahmat Idris. Lots of things to expect in terms of the bilateral relations between Indonesia and Switzerland. And this is it for TVI Our World. I'm Rahmat Idris. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Rahmat Idris. Amazing interview as usual. And now let's move on to our next report.